A lot of the discourse around fake news and disinformation is itself tantamount to fake news and disinformation. I think
confusing stuff. This.
Yeah, well, I mean, the most obvious being the way in which people like Donald Trump throw the term at any kind of news that kind of doesn't support his agenda. But I think you can see that also more subtly in the way that, for example, fake news is articulated or disinformation is articulated on the opinion pages of The Guardian, where it is very much conceived as a problem for which respectable news outlets like The Guardian and the BBC are supposedly the antidote, that it's coming from this kind of toxic interaction between Breitbart's Facebook algorithms and Kremlin-controlled bots. And I think, so I think actually, that, bizarrely, the real problem that we're facing at the moment is the way in which disinformation has really permeated the very discussion of disinformation. And I think the only way we can get through that is by encouraging people to think critically about all of the news and information that they consume.
A lot of people are knowledge hungry but time poor. How do you counteract that?
Well, what I try to always tell my students is to develop what I would call a healthy scepticism. We should never operate on the assumption that anything that's print gets any kind of column inch or airtime is just nonsense.
Right. Because then you end up in the conspiracy loony.
Exactly, and we shouldn't operate on the assumption that it's gospel. We need to be sensitive and critical to the different agendas that are at play, particularly in the kinds of political controversies that are pervasive now all over the world, but especially within Western liberal democracies. We've reached this kind of post-consensus age where the kind of ideological glue that used to tie things together in terms of news agendas has disintegrated.